Ever wondered how supercars became such a cinematic sensation? From the sleek Aston Martins of James Bond to the roaring engines of Fast and Furious, these mechanical marvels have long captured our imaginations. They've evolved from mere vehicles into characters, each with their own stories, their own identities. Imbued with power and personality, they've raced, roared, and revved their way into our hearts, leaving tire tracks on the silver screen that are impossible to erase. Join us as we journey through the cinematic history of supercars. The supercar's cinematic journey began in the 1960s with the rise of the automobile culture. The allure of speed and power, embodied in these mechanical marvels, found a natural home in the world of cinema, and the love affair between supercars and the silver screen was born. In the swinging 60s, films like Goldfinger introduced audiences to the thrilling world of supercars, with the iconic Aston Martin DB5 stealing the show. Then came the 70s, a decade that further cemented the supercar's place in cinema. Movies like Gone in 60 Seconds and The French Connection captivated audiences with high-octane chases and adrenaline-pumping stunts, all featuring these awe-inspiring vehicles. These early films painted supercars not just as mere props, but as characters in their own right. They roared, they raced, they commanded attention. The supercar was no longer just a mode of transportation. It became a symbol of power, of freedom, and of rebellious spirit. It was during these formative years that supercars started to become a staple in action films, their powerful engines and sleek designs adding an extra layer of excitement and glamour to the cinematic experience. As the 70s gave way to the 80s, the role of supercars in cinema was poised for an evolution. The stage was set, the audience was hooked, and the supercars were ready to deliver. As the 80s approached, the supercars' role in cinema was about to shift gears. The 80s and 90s saw supercars transform from mere transportation to stars of the show. This era was a turning point in cinematic history, where supercars began to take center stage, playing pivotal roles in defining characters and driving plot lines. Take the classic 80s film, Back to the Future. The DeLorean wasn't just a car, but a time-traveling machine, an integral part of the story. Then, there's the 90s hit, Gone in 60 Seconds, where Eleanor, a custom 1967 Shelby GT 500, was more than just a vehicle, but a character in her own right. Directors started realizing that a supercar could be a symbol of a character's personality and status. Remember the Lamborghini Countach in Wolf of Wall Street? It wasn't just a symbol of Jordan Belfort's immense wealth, but also his reckless extravagance. And who could forget the high-octane car chase scenes in the Fast and the Furious franchise? The supercars used were not just tools for mind-blowing stunts, but they were also extensions of the characters themselves, reflecting their distinct personalities and driving styles. These films showed us that supercars could be more than just eye candy. They could be plot devices, character extensions, or even characters themselves. And as the 90s came to a close, we were left on the precipice of a new era. With the dawn of the new millennium, supercars in cinema were about to go full throttle. In the 2000s, supercars roared onto screens like never before. The new millennium saw these automotive beasts dominating the cinematic landscape, from high-octane action flicks to intricate spy thrillers. The era was a veritable playground for supercars, with iconic marques gracing our screens and leaving tire tracks on our hearts. The turn of the century brought with it advancements in technology that allowed filmmakers to push the boundaries of what was possible. No longer were they limited by what could be physically achieved. Instead, they could dream bigger, go faster, and create more complex stunts than ever before. The result? Breathtaking car chase scenes that had us on the edge of our seats, gripping the armrests as we followed every twist and turn. From the thunderous roar of engines to the screech of tires against asphalt, the supercar became more than just a vehicle. It was a character in its own right, with its own personality, quirks, and even its own story arc. It was a symbol of power, speed, and freedom, and it captivated audiences worldwide. But it wasn't just about the thrill of the chase. Supercars in cinema also reflected the evolving tastes and aspirations of society. They became a mirror, reflecting our fascination with speed, technology, and luxury. Supercars have come a long way in cinema, but what does this journey tell us? The answer may surprise you. From their humble beginnings to their current cinematic dominance, supercars have left an indelible mark on cinema. Over the years, these mechanical marvels have evolved from simple scene stealers to pivotal plot drivers, intertwining with character arcs and narratives in ways we could only have imagined. The roar of their engines, the gleam of their sleek designs, and the thrill of their high-speed chases have become synonymous with cinematic spectacle. Their impact on storytelling is profound. Whether it's the symbol of a hero's journey, a villain's menacing presence, or a symbol of unattainable luxury, supercars add an extra layer of depth and complexity to the characters and their stories. Their enduring popularity is a testament to their universal appeal. From classic films of yesteryears to today's blockbuster hits, they've revved up our hearts and set our pulses racing. As we gaze into the future, we can only speculate on the exciting roles they'll play. One thing's for sure, supercars will continue to captivate audiences, driving the pulse of cinema for years to come. As we shift gears and speed towards the horizon, we can't help but wonder, what's next for supercars in cinema? Will they continue to be the heart-thumping, adrenaline-fueling powerhouses we've come to know and love? Or will we see them evolve into something even more spectacular? Perhaps they'll transmute into electric beasts, showcasing the future of automotive technology. Or maybe they'll take on a life of their own, becoming sentient characters in their own right. The possibilities are as endless as the open road. One thing's for sure, we're in for a wild ride. Evolution is the name of the game, and we're ready to witness the next phase of the supercar saga in cinema. From the roar of the engine to the sleek, aerodynamic lines of their bodies, from their pivotal roles in narratives to their symbolic significance, supercars have always been at the forefront of cinematic innovation. And we're certain that they'll continue to shape our cinematic experiences in ways we can't even begin to imagine. Remember, the road to the future is always under construction, and we're eager to see where it leads. So buckle up, folks, because the journey is just beginning. And while we're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Beyond Fast and Furious channel for more luxury cars and supercars. Stay tuned for the next thrilling chapter of the supercar story. Until then, keep your engines revving and your spirits high.